Well, this is me telling God's story, told by me, aka my testimony. Man, whew, sorry. mm, it's a very emotional, a very long one. Uh, it's hard. It's not hard to talk about what God has done for me. It's hard to talk about my life. I don't know. It wasn't a fabulous one. Um, let's just say, okay, I was, Holy Spirit, help me. Well, I was raised in Germany. I didn't come to America until I was about 16 years old. My dad was military, so we lived in Germany my whole life, pretty much. My mom was very religious. Grew up Pentecostal. If you don't know what that is, that's pretty much a light bulb in a car away from being Amish. Sorry. My dad didn't believe in God, so basically it was like living with the devil and God at the same time in the same household. It was total chaos, constant warfare. You know, it was good versus evil all day long. I'm not saying that my dad was evil. Very strict household. Wasn't allowed to cut my hair. Was against our religion to watch TV. I mean, I grew up looking like Laura Ingalls. You know, my dresses had to be down to my ankles. So I was bullied a lot at school because of the outfit. And then I was bullied a lot because back in that day, you know, they didn't know anything about dyslexia or anything like that. So they thought I was a person who couldn't, you know, wasn't that smart. So I was put in and out of special ed a lot. Let's just say, like, because I wasn't special ed, I would only last 2 weeks because I'd make straight A's and get everything correct, and then they turn around and throw me right back into the regular classroom, which made me get bullied even more because it just made me a total reject. Not only was I a reject because then I would just get bullied because I was rejected by the retards. So, you know, I was rejected everywhere I went for everything. That was just during, you know, it was hard. I started running away home at 5, trying to stay gone, you know. The reason why I started leaving home was because of sexual problems from my older brother, who was supposedly born with cerebral palsy, but he was a mean kid. But as we all know, that's not who they really are. It's just the devil, you know, trying to attack people. And so, you know, of course, with coming back to Christ, I was able to let that go. But that doesn't mean that when you talk about testimony, just because you forgive people and have, with the help of God, moved on, that it's not hard. That it's not easy when you talk about that stuff. So, not only that, my family, it caused a big problem because I was speaking the truth and nobody wanted to believe me. That it caused everybody, even my family, to hate me. So I literally had nobody. Had nobody out in the world. And my mama was real mean. To be religious, she was kind of like the no more wire hangers lady, you know. Got my butt beat a lot. Not saying that some of them I didn't deserve, you know, because I got a mouth on me and an attitude. I earned it, you know. And I wasn't going to let stuff slide. And I stood up for myself, and I got into a lot of fights. Defending myself, mostly. then when I was at school, I always got in trouble, and I was always in trouble at school because, you know, I would just started defending, you know, the special ed kids because, you know, back in those days, when you had to walk to the bathroom in special ed, you had to walk in a single file line, one behind the other, and sometimes y'all had to hold hands. And the other kids that's walking by in the hallways would trip the special needs kids and punch them, and some of them couldn't really talk or make sounds, so they would make those, you know, those off the wall sounds like, you know, and so the teacher, you know, that was in front would sit there and turn around and smack those kids, tell them to be quiet, not realizing that it was these other kids punching them as they walked by, kicking them, making them fall down. Man, that used to make me so mad that, you know, and I'm being religious, like I told you, I went to church and it said you need to stand up for those people. So I got my butt beat for doing that, and they didn't want to believe me. Oh, she must be lying because I was just a troublemaker. Well, you know, I got it honest. Apparently I was, but I remember all my old photos. You could see me when I was little, as a little baby, even until I was like a toddler. It always wore a shirt that said, "Here comes trouble." Man, that was not a lie. And let me paint a little picture. Like, I smacked my kindergarten teacher. My record goes back as far as kindergarten, where I smacked my kindergarten teacher because my dad could draw, and I could draw too. He's a real good artist, and he taught me how to draw, taught me how to decorate cakes, and all kinds of stuff like that. So I'm a real good drawer. I mean, I'm real good, and even could do so as a little kid. Well, he got me these, we'd have these fat crayons, shaped like triangles and really fat, and he brought me colored pencils, and I love to colored pencils, man, because it's just so easy to do that. My teacher took them away from me because I had them, and he bought them for my birthday. She took them away from me, put them on her desk. So I went over there and got them back off the desk, started cutting with them. She come back over again, and man, she took them away, so I went back and got them again. And then she came back over and she grabbed my hand and she smacked me on the hand and took them away. So I told you can't have them. As soon as she smacked me on the hand, I mean, I looked at her because she had lost her mind. So I reached up and smacked her across the face and said, B word, and said, "You ain't my mama." And grabbed my colored pencils back, and then, you know, there my record began. Well, I was constantly in trouble, but nobody wanted to believe that I was always standing up for myself, that I was always standing up for, that most of the fights I got into when I was real young was standing up for myself with people bullying me. I mean, because we wore the skirts all the time. Oh, man, this is horrible. We walking down the hallway, and they just thought it would be funny to sit there and just pull up your skirt, you know? That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. To get to this next part, I gotta make it part 2. Lord have mercy, help me.